Barry, Kate says with a dark look on her face. What is Melinda doing inside your tent? Crap, I didn't think that they'd all be. This is a perfectly good explanation. She could just say that she's sleeping in here. Crap, I didn't think that they'd all be awake already. Everyone is looking at us. Layla can tell from the flow of my aura if I'm lying or not. I need to choose my words carefully. You see, I say as I try to see Layla's reaction with the tail of my eye. Tail of your eye? Is the corner called the tail? Melinda forgot to pack her tent and she asked if she could sleep with me for the night. And you just let her sleep with you? Kate asked me suspiciously, just like that. Well, yes, I say as I feel a drop of sweat slowly starting to form on the side of my forehead. She's here in my tent now, isn't she? Lila is just looking straight at me without reacting in any way. Does she know that I'm bluffing? If so, and then is she planning to let me off the hook? Or is she going to rat me out later? I don't get to ponder anymore on my question because only a moment later, Melinda grabs him. Oh, for fuck's sake. Melinda is gonna get me fucked up. Melinda grabs me by the arm with both her hands from behind and she pushes herself into me just like she did yesterday. Darling. Darling. Melinda says in a mocking tone with a fake sad look in her eyes. Why aren't you telling them about what happened last night? Did our light together mean nothing to you? Barry, what is she talking about? Kate says with the same dark look in her eyes as before. Sleeping, I tell her. I was beginning to pinch one of Melinda's arm very hard with my finger. She's talking about sleeping. Why must you be so cold with me when with me, my love, Melinda says. Did you already forget? But you're the one who kept me up all night until it was morning. He kept you up all night, Hardwick starts to say, but the words suddenly turned into an uncomfortable, wheezing laughter. Oh, that is hilarious. All night long. Araka says that she begins to laugh as well. I've heard enough, Kate says as she storms away from us while Hardwick and Araka are still laughing in unison. Darren says while shaking his head in disapproval. Listen, I'm not going to judge, but try at least to dismantle your tent and eat your breakfast within the hour. We're not planning to stay here much longer. As Melindra, maybe next time you should ask me or Hardwick for a spare tent instead of barging into people's tent in the middle of the night. Just a suggestion. I'll keep that in mind, Melindra says with a smile. Alright, let's get going, Hardwick Flower. What? Let's get going, Hardwick Flower, Darren says, as he heads towards his own tent. All night long, Hardwick says with a tear in his eye, while still trying to contain his laughter. Oh boy, what a way to start the morning. Thanks for the laugh, Barry. It was greatly appreciated. Anytime I say in a dry tone, then Hardwick, Layla, and Flower move away from me as Flower takes one last look towards me with a worried expression on her face. Well, that was fun, Melinda says. Now what's for breakfast? I'm starving. Are you serious? I tell her. Are you just going to brush off what happened? What do you mean? Melinda asks, looking genuinely curious. What happened? You ratted me out in front of everyone. That's what happened, I say. Why did you even need to say all that stuff? What was your purpose? Or did it because I found the reactions to be amusing? Melinda says, especially the reaction of the ice mage. What do you think I asked? Do you not find their reactions to be amusing? As I look Melinda's eyes, I suddenly realize that she is not in fact mocking. She's asking this question in a completely sincere manner. What question? Why do you ask? Not find the reaction to be amusing? Umaki was a little funny, but that's besides the point. No, I did not find the reaction amusing. I mean, it was kind of funny, so okay. Okay, maybe it was a little funny, but that's besides the point. But why is it besides the point, Melinda says? You need to live the moment, Barry. It's these little things that make life a joy to live. Okay, so your friends got a little upset with you. So what? They'll get over it soon enough. Well, most of them will. The Ice Mage probably won't get over it very soon. But hey, I'm not the one who agreed to have sex with a woman she hates after finding out that she had feelings for me. Kate does not have feelings for me, I say. Like I said, Barry, Melinda says, whatever helps you sleep at now. Now, seriously, do you have any good food with you, or should I take out some of mine? Because I've got some salted cheese and some beef jerky in my backpack, but I'm in the mood of a more diverse meal. You know what I mean? Oh, we could ask the little girl, the one with the banshee. Flower. Yeah, that was her name. She told me that she can conjure food out of thin air like Aiden and the fox. Hold on, I'll bring her here. She's the only one who doesn't hate me in this group, so I think it should be alright if I go by myself. Wait, I tell her. They grab by the arm. We're not done here. Not done with what? Melinda asks with a look of yeah, I don't even understand what's Barry's scene right now. Like, what is he getting? I don't even know what is he doing. Is he getting angry? Is he frustrated? What is happening here? What do you mean by what? With what? I say. Don't you understand what the problem is here? Don't you see that by acting the way you do, you'll only keep making oh, he's like genuinely trying to give her advice. Okay. You'll only keep making people into your enemy. Sure, maybe my friends will eventually get over it, and what happened today won't matter that much for me in the long run. But what about you? Why must you insist on pushing everyone's button with every action that you take? Why can't you just act normally so that people will at least be somewhat friendly with you? I don't need people to be friendly with me, Melinda says. But why do you need them to be your enemies, I say. Aiden did not become my enemy when I acted like this with him, Melinda says. Well, most people are not Aiden, I say. But that doesn't mean that I need to change how I live my life just to accommodate others, Melinda says. I'm not telling you to change your entire lifestyle, I say. I'm just telling you to not piss off everyone that you meet on purpose. Can't you at least do that much? After I'm done asking my question, Melinda pauses a little to think about what I just said. No, she says after a few seconds. You told me earlier that you found the reactions of your friends to be amusing. So that means that you do understand me at least a little. You know what I think you need? I think what you need is to loosen up. Don't worry, I can help you with that. You'll see. You'll be thanking me later. Damn it, I say. I only said it was a little funny. Hey, where are you going? I'm going to get flour, Melinda says. And she moves away from me. I'll come back in a bit, and then we can all have some breakfast. We can continue our discussion later. She then goes to the riverbank. Flower was practicing her fireballs, and she beckons her to come with her to the front of my tent. Once Flower reaches my position, she calls out to me in a worried tone. Barry, are you okay? Flower says, don't worry, I don't think that the others are really all that upset with you. I'm sure they'll get over it by the end of the day. Yeah, I say, well, it would have been... I guess they could be angry with him because, like, you know, one of the team members is having fun and, like, everyone else is just concerned and shit. Yeah, that's kind of... that does kind of make people, I guess, jealous or like oh man, come on now, something like that. It's not that big a deal. I don't know why they're making too much of a scene with this. Where were we? I'm sure they'll get over it by the end of the day. Yeah, I say, well, it would have been a whole lot better if a certain someone simply kept her mouth shut. But I guess it's too late to think about that now. Be serious, Melinda says. Do you really think your friends would have believed my word over yours if you weren't such a bad liar? You gave yourself away long before I intervened. All I did was to make things more entertaining. What do you mean I gave myself away, I say? I didn't say anything that would make me seem suspicious. No, she's right, Melinda says. The fact that you were lying was obvious even without reading your aura. You're really bad at bluffing when you're under stress. Hey, Melinda, Araka says, I just want to check something with you. When you said that you were both up all night, did you mean to say that you used an energizer spell on the two of you? And what if I did? Melinda says. Ha, Araka says, I knew it. Oh man, this day is only going to get better and better. Flower gasps. Barry used an energizer spell? She says, have you ever used one before? No, I didn't. Why would it matter? I'm guessing it's gonna give us exhaustion level 1. I said, because energizer spells have a very serious side effect when you use them for first time. Flower says, don't you know that? What? I say, no, I didn't know anything about any side effects. Back when I was learning about magic, I didn't think about studying what energizer spells would do me any good, so I never bothered to learn any details about them. Ooh, Melinda says, now I remember, I did have some nasty headaches and a strong feeling of nausea the first time I used this spell. It's been hundreds of years since then, I've completely forgotten about it. You got to be kidding me, I say. And what about all those other men that you used the energizer spell on? Did you seriously not notice that they had headaches all day after spending the night with you? Oh, Melinda says, well, I never really stuck around long enough to see the side effects kick off before. Don't worry, I'll just cast another energizer spell on you and you start to get the headache and you'll be fine. Cast another energizer spell, Araka says. I'm dying of laughter here. Seriously, you're killing me. Barry, you can't let her cast another energizer spell on you, Flower says with a panic look in her eyes, especially after spending a whole night without sleep. This will only make the side effects even worse after the second spell wears off. Well, Melinda says, do you want to spend the whole day traveling with a headache, or would you rather have the headache after you have made a camp and you can rest? I'm just saying, you don't really have a lot of options here. It's not like a little headache is going to be the end of the world. You're safe in your camp and don't need to constantly alert of your surroundings. Ask her to cast a second energizer spell after the side effect kick in. To do not cast the second energizer spell on me. I think I'd rather tough it out than risk making things even worse for myself, I say. Suit yourself, Melinda says. Why do I feel like this small event is going to be some sort of like mega fucking like, you know, completely changes the whole situation of this playthrough? Is becoming in just like few pages. This event has become such a big deal out of nowhere. Like, I mean, I expected it to be a little bit of a deal, like Layla or like Kate might make a fucking scene a little bit, but I didn't expect it to be this fucking big a deal. Like, it's now like, it's legitimately is becoming a concern. Like, we're gonna be attacked. If I had her like cast another spell, I'm guessing that when we get to the next camp, we'll get there next camp, no problem. And I'm guessing we're gonna sleep there, and then immediately we'll be attacked, and we would not be able to help out at all. We'll see. Suit yourself, Malindra says. So anyway, what are we having for breakfast? Well, Flower says the arena event reminded me of some old recipes that I knew. I don't know if any of you had opportunity to eat trampler stew or archer porcupine pie in the past, but they're both very rare dishes, normally suited only for kings. I made them for you. I'll have them made for you in a second.